Hey, where's Wade? How y'all doing? My name's Cameron Werner. As you know me, I'm the pastor's son. If you didn't already know that, we look alike. Now, today, I'm bringing y'all something special. My dad popped up in my room. Cam, I think it's your turn. I'm ready, y'all. So today, my lesson's gonna be about pride. Pride, and my lesson title, Praise Over Pride. Now, I came up with this definition from my own teenage perspective. From being a teenager, from Cameron's version, KMLT, this is my version. My version of pride is we let ourselves get in the way of God's work or doing in our lives. Right? We so much of us and so less of God that we try to take all the credit, and it's about us and God, me. Now, I gotta show y'all a little special clip I found. Show y'all a special clip that me and my dad were watching the other day.
To freedom is not about strength.
My body makes the jump.
Survival is the spirit, the soul.
My soul is as ready to escape as my body.
Fear is why you fail.
No, I'm not afraid. I'm angry.
Now let me explain the video to you. Now, what happened was Batman, or Bruce Wayne, was fighting Bane. Bane threw Batman down into a pit with them other prisoners. Batman said there's this big ceremony that happens, and once every blue moon or so, a prisoner tries to escape by making this large jump. Bruce was so prideful. He's like, oh, I can do it. He wanted to do it so badly. He wanted to get up there so badly that he didn't listen to the other wise prisoner that was letting him know he wasn't ready. Bruce thought he was ready, and he chose to do it anyways, and he chose to let his prideful mindset lead him anyways, and it didn't work out very well. So that leads me to my first point, pride. Point 1. We disobey God. We do not obey Him. We don't. And in other words, we do what we think suffices for God. Now, just to give y'all some word behind my meaning, let's go ahead and go down to 1 Samuel chapter 15, verse 2. Verse 2 reads, "This is what the Lord of heaven's armies has declared. I have decided to settle accounts with the nation of Amalek for opposing Israel when they came from Egypt. Now go and completely destroy the entire Amalekite nation, men, women, children, babies, cattle, sheep, goats, camels, and donkeys." Now, the Lord gave Saul clear instructions. He told him what to do, how to do it, and probably when. So, and go down to verse 7. Verse 7 reads, this is after all that happened. The Lord gave him instructions. This is what Saul decides to do. Saul's prideful behind decides to do. Saul, it says, verse 7, "Then Saul slaughtered the Amalekites from Halavah all the way to Shore, east of Egypt. He captured Agag, the Amalekite king, but completely destroyed everyone else." That is not what the Lord told him to do. Saul and his men spared Agag's life and kept the best of the sheep and goats, the cattle, the fat calves, and the lambs. Everything, in fact, that appealed to them. Not the Lord, to them. They destroyed only what was worthless or of poor quality. Our pride, guys, I tell you. That leads me to my second point. My second point is God is disappointed with us, and we try to hide our disobedience. Then the Lord, verse 10, Then the Lord said to Samuel, "I am sorry that I ever made Saul king, for he has not been loyal to me and has refused to obey my command." Samuel was so deeply moved when he heard this that he cried out to the Lord all night. Now, if our pride gets to a point in our lives where the Lord has to apologize on our behalf for him even picking us to carry out his will and his word, yeah, we cannot let our pride get to that point. It cannot get that far, to the point to where we have other Christians, brothers and sisters praying on our behalf, up all night, crying for us because we didn't want to listen, because it was about us. We did what we wanted to do. Verse 12. Early the next morning, Samuel went to find Saul. Someone told him Saul went to the town of Carmel to set up a monument to himself. Then he went on to Gilgal. Now, this might not seem like a big detail, but I noticed that Saul made a monument of himself. What does that look like? It looks like pride to me. Looks like pride to me. That's all I'll say there. Everyone go down to verse 19. Verse 19 reads, continuing, why haven't you obeyed the Lord? Why did you rush for the plunder and do what was evil in the Lord's sight? So Samuel is talking to Saul right now. Saul responds, but I did obey the Lord, Saul insisted. I carried out the mission he gave me. I brought back King Agag, but I destroyed everyone else. Our pride can blind us from the truth. We think we're doing the right thing. We think we're carrying out God's will, but we know we're being disobedient. Verse 21. Then my troops brought in the best of the sheep, goats, cattle, and plunder to sacrifice to the Lord your God in Gilgal. But Samuel replied, what is more pleasing to the Lord? Your burnt offerings and sacrifices, or your obedience to his voice? Listen, obedience is better than sacrifice, and submission is better than the offering of fat rams. Yeah, we cannot let our pride get to a point to where we completely destroy our relationship with God. Not just completely destroy it, but we do some major damage to it. And as it says here, what is more pleasing to the Lord? Your obedience or your burnt offerings and sacrifices? When the Lord commands you to do something, you do it, guys. It's not about you, it's for his will. You're supposed to carry out his will, not your will, his will. Make sure y'all always stay in God's will. Make sure y'all never lean to y'all own understanding. Always stay up. Alright, I love y'all. I see y'all hopefully a few Wednesdays from now. I don't know. But y'all have a great day. Hey, Auntie should be cooking too. Alright, love y'all. Bye.